Hello and welcome to the Aftermath Podcast. My name is Ian, and as always, I am joined by Dylan.
Yeah.
How's it going? How are you? How's your family?
Oh no, that's getting a little too personal.
Yeah. How you been?
I'm tired, bro.
I bet.
That's been the most consistent opener that I've stuck with for God knows how many episodes, but holy shit, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I bet. I will say that today was one of those days that I couldn't catch a break.
Yeah.
It was already pretty big. I've already have a few projects at work that I was doing already. Like that are like just standard week stuff that like was keeping me busy already as it is. And then on top of that, I had a bunch of people that were like emailing me and texting me about like other things that are happening. Not only just in the rest of this week, but also like next week and following up with that. Yeah. And then there was a few things that I didn't get a chance to, a few people I didn't get a chance to contact earlier on, earlier in the week. And so like today, like there was definitely a point where I told everybody in the office, I was like, hey, I'm going to be right back after a little while. I got some other stuff to go do. And I literally just like sat in a corner and just like sat on my phone and answered emails and text messages for what felt like, I think it was around about an hour. Where I just like sat there and was like, okay, this day I'm doing this. I'm finishing up your project for you. I'm doing your thing here. Right. I've got I'm contacting other people in the future about, it's not bad. Again, it's all, it's a good level of stress and work in a way. It becomes it's a bit unruly right now, but I know that time that I spent today, like really coordinating everything, I feel like my calendar and my to-do list is all ready.
It's going to pay off.
I didn't finish everything, so I don't quite feel as you know, like everything's checked off and like it's not all out of my head yet. Right. But the good thing is that like I have a few projects coming up in the next month or so that are going to be paying pretty good. So I'm also not super upset about it because I'm like,
as long as I get there,
I'm going to get there. And they're also pretty fun projects too. So a couple of videos and some things I'm going to be making. So,
quote unquote.
Well, you know, anyways. So
I'd be sitting in the corner like, I cannot wait for that fucking money. I just gotta wait.
Oh well, exactly. But the thing is, it also helps that like the kind of work that I'm talking about, like making these videos and doing like filming and you know editing all that stuff. I feel pretty confident in that work because I've done it a whole bunch.
Bro, having fun at work couldn't be me.
Well, and I think it's mostly the fact that like it's gonna be stressful. It's gonna be busy. But like I know it's going to pay pretty well, and they're good people, and the work that is required of that job is stuff that I've done. Is
good people at work
is stuff that I've done in the past. So it's not like I'm trudging new ground or something I'm not confident in or that I haven't done 100 times. So I don't want to say barrier to entry, but like the job that is requested of me, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that, and then a little bit more for the
child's play.
Exactly. So, anyways, that's where I'm at right now. Where I'm like, it's a bit much right now, but I just know once I get everyone all in their positions and in their time slots, I'll be doing pretty good. So, for this episode, it's a little bit later in the day / week as well.
A little bit.
And so Dylan and I are just going to catch up and do another chatting episode. I really like these episodes. Yeah. I like all of our episods. But there's something about us just being able to kind of like...
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah, just talking about stuff that we like. It makes me happy. Oh, yeah. And I have a few things on my list that I want to talk about. But before we go into that area, is there anything specifically you wanted to touch on?
I initially had something planned to watch for this episode, which would be Predator 2.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Get out.
However, I also have to be up fairly early, so I figure one of these conversational episodes would be a better fit.
right?
Given the circumstances, but
that's usually
looking forward to that.
Oh, well, I am 100% looking forward to that now that I know.
Yeah.
Because just so that you know, he just told me now for the first time too.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's usually where these episodes like this fit in our format.
Right.
Is whenever
we like it or not.
Well, but it's okay. I mean, that's how that has been the song and dance of this show since the beginning. And anyone that has listened since the beginning knows that obviously we have day jobs. We have other real life things that
just
go
know
on.
that if it's a regular like conversation episode, something got fucked up, or we just decided to hold off on something,
and that's okay. And that's that's part of life. But the good thing is that we've always been able to come together and just shoot the breeze sometimes. And we always have some. Obviously, you and I specifically always have something to talk about, or something to bring up. Part of that is you got a new game you've been clocking some hours in.
I've been shooting this thing like off nonstop. It's been so much fun. And it is Unicorn Overlord, the latest project from Atlas and Vanillaware. And man, if there's one thing that I love about Vanillaware games, it's the art.
What are some other Vanillaware games I may know of?
We got Dragon's Crown. We got motherfucking 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
I really don't think I know any of those.
I mean, they're not the most well-known, I'd say.
Right, but they're probably good in their own right.
See, it's usually a mixed bag. Like, they'll look pretty. They'll have good soundtracks. Gameplay-wise, you gotta really, like, get into them. They've made a shit ton of like crazy, like weird stuff that I couldn't compare anything else to, really.
Interesting.
Yeah. One of a kind type deal.
Right. Well, so far for this game, upon first watching it, I thought that I was going to be intrigued by it. But just like I am intrigued by Super Robot Wars, that is a franchise of games that is I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Am I chomping at the bit to go play one? Like not necessarily, but that's also partially because I think they're really cool games to watch.
Yeah.
And I love being that third party, but like I don't really think it'd be like my kind of gameplay.
Right. Everybody's got those games that they love to watch but just don't want to play.
Right. Especially because you have the major installments, at least I don't know about all of them.
I've got X.
Well, I think it got some on the download too.
Right. And OG Moon Dwellers.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I own.
Right. Which I think, that from what I know of the franchise, encompasses the ones that have the big suits that I like to watch the cinematics for.
Right.
So at that point, I'm like, that's all I really need to do. I just need to sit back and...
I'm here for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down to watch Eva Unit 1 just rip apart a Gira Doga from Gundam.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
It's fun. It's cool. And I love the concept, and it's now that you have, for lack of a better term, indoctrinated me into the mecha anime. Now that I know kind of the some of the tropes, some of the jokes, the cool, awesome super moves for all these units, it's really cool to kind of be a little bit of the in group a little bit and watch these cool, like, super deformed versions of these guys just like battle it out. It's fun. It's cool and it's wacky, and I think it's great. And it fits it fits its own niche, and I think it's really cool.
And as soon as you reach a certain point, like level wise, and customization wise for most of your units, it is one of the most satisfying things I can think of.
Yeah.
To just select some of your best suits, put them out there, and just watch them obliterate everything.
Wreck everything.
Effortlessly.
Of course.
It's perfect.
That's one of those moments in a game where like you really hit the end game and you feel it and it feels good. And you're I'm kind of wiping the floor right now, but it also it feels cool to watch. The reason why I brought that up was this game initially gave me that same sort of vibe that Super Robot War does. And I thought initially, I don't want to say I judged a book by its cover, but I just had that feeling of like, oh, this is going to be another one of those games where I think it's going to be fun for me to watch, but I don't think I'll really get involved in playing it.
Yeah.
Well, after I've kind of sat in on Dylan playing this game on the sofa, you got on the PS5, is that right?
Yeah.
I've also found out that it's on the Switch.
Oh, yes.
I own a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I am a PC gamer through and through. Master Race, hoo-ha.
Of course.
So I have Steam, and my large category, catalog of games is on my Steam profile that I've curated for, I don't know, the past
couple decades,
12 years, I think, probably,
at least.
If I'm being conservative with my numbers there,
right.
So when I did some research on it, I was like, oh, is this game on Steam, or is it going to be on Steam? And I read some forums, and they were like, the developers really have no plan to put it on Steam at all. And I was like, okay, hey,
one could only hope.
Is what it is. And they also talked about like there's probably no DLC, but they're going to try and work on potentially a sequel.
That'd be cool.
This game, from what you told me, has only been out for a few months.
Right.
So I've been considering, because I've been watching you play it, and I was like, this is kind of hitting.
Give it a shot.
Is kind of hitting like it's the same. I think it's the same kind of vibe as SBR.
Right.
Nope, sorry. SRW.
Uh-huh.
I guess I was thinking of SB.
Super Bobot Robbers.
Bobot Robbers. I was thinking of SBA from Relink.
Skybound art.
Which we'll get into Relink in a second. Because that's one of my things I want to talk about. Anyways, like Super Robot Wars, unlike that, I was watching it and was like, I really think I could kind of get into some of how this game plays a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, and it's unique in its own way. And they have a lot of really cool companion characters that are all have really cool, unique designs.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's really cool. It's really it's interesting. It's got a really pretty art style. And it's definitely a different game than I think I would normally play. And it's been intriguing me, and I've been thinking about it recently. I've been thinking about getting it on Switch.
Okay.
I've been trying to get a little bit, because I own the Switch as well, and that's like the only console that I've owned. Oof. Since my PS3.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's a while. Because I never personally owned a PS4. My brothers did, and I sort of used theirs, but I never purchased any games for it.
Right.
By that time, I was full swing into the PC. But anyways, I got the Switch because I was wanting to like get some party games and also like have something to play on the go, doing some traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was able to funny enough, I accidentally got the really nice new one.
Oh, the OLED one?
Yeah. I saw all the other ones, and I was like, oh, shit, they got a cool white one, white and black. I was
like, I like that color.
And I thought the price was the same.
No,
it was like $100 or so more.
Something ridiculous like that, just for a nicer screen.
But
OLED's nice.
But it was still, I think only with tax, it was like $350 or $3. I forgot how much I paid for it.
Had to have been on sale.
Again, whenever I saw it, I was like, that's not bad. The last time I purchased like a PlayStation or whatever, it was like $400 or whatever. And I was like, bro, $350 or something for that? I was like, sure, easy. I had that money set aside, and I was planning on buying it anyways.
Because what I just thought of?
I think it was $300 or anyways, $290 for the original one.
Yeah. I remember like distinctly. You remember when we would go to the mall and the GameWare was like on the bottom floor? Yeah. Like towards one of the back ends of it.
Right.
At that point, I think it was just like whenever COVID had started.
Yeah.
And I remember going in there with Ethan and Chase to see if they had any Switches.
Yeah.
And the motherfuckers had one used Switch for like $199. I'm like, shit, give me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was back when you just couldn't get a hold of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It like just came out, and they were
just
super
like the PS5,
scarce.
yeah.
Exactly. And I was lucky enough to get a hold of that one, and it has stuck with me since.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I got so many games on there.
Yeah. When that so again, the funny thing was that a friend of the show, a friend of ours that we want to become a friend of the show and actually be on an episode. I'm going to call you out here. I don't think you listen, but
yeah, bitch.
Kobe Kobe came over and he was hanging out with the group and we're all hanging out and I was like, yo, dude, look at my Switch. And he's like, oh shit, you got the OLED good one. I was like, I did. And he's like, what?
What does that mean?
He gave me that look like, what? And I was like, I just got the cool white one. I got the and he's like, yeah, you got the really nice new, bigger, brighter, cooler screen. And I was like, shit, I mean, I thought it looked nice, but and he was like, can I see it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, dude, this is legit. Because I think he owns the older one.
Right.
So anyways, that little fun little side tangent with that. But
he'll be over here eventually.
I know. We're gonna you want to talk about a funny guy? Dude, I so badly
Kobe's my best friend.
Dude, I so badly want Kobe to be on this show. He is, I mean, you want to talk about someone that has the wildest stories.
Oh yeah, more than a few.
This boy has lived a life, and is in no short supply. Of
Surprised he's still alive, honestly. After some of the shit he's talked about.
There's so many times where you're just talking with him and you're like, bruh,
what the fuck happened to you, dude?
Not even that, but like how do you get yourself? It's like I've heard this about some people is that crazy finds them.
Yeah. It just kind of happens around them.
Kobe's not crazy. He's actually like a super loving and like genuine guy, and
super chill dude.
Love him to death. Mm-hmm. He's not crazy.
No,
but boy, does crazy seek him out.
Right, somehow or another.
Yeah,
it will find him.
And he will always have this like, dude, this one time, and I'm like, oh, I gotta buckle up.
Right, hang on. Give me a second. Give me 5 seconds.
I gotta sit down.
I just gotta. I gotta prepare.
But anyways, to kind of circle back around, I was talking about Relink a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Been a while since last we mentioned.
It has been a while.
Mm-hmm.
What a lovely game that is.
I still, like, at this point, I'm just boosting people who are going through, the regular missions.
Yeah, you're beating a dead horse at this point.
Oh, man. That horse, by golly, I wish it would keep going.
Oh, yeah. I'm not meaning that like in a negative sense.
No,
like you killed the horse yourself, and you're just like, but he keeps spending out money.
Come on, Seabiscuit. Get up.
I need more Centrums.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I need that fucking tire with our head unit.
Oh my God. What is the new one from Behemoth? The essence, whatever.
The Supreme Weapon Essences.
Essences.
The crowns. The crown of lament.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen that one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So, anyways, like I have mentioned again over the course of the past like 2 or 3 episodes, if you've been keeping up with me, I've been unlocking achievements.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those games that I've played a whole bunch that I've gotten damn near all of them.
Right.
There's
just a little bit left over.
Oh yeah. I think I said something an episode or 2 ago where I was like, if it's under 10,
mm-hmm. I'm going for it.
I could, and I reasonably think I can achieve it. I'm gonna do it.
Clean your plate, or there's no dessert.
So that's what I've done.
Mm.
About a week or 2 ago, I finished up Skyrim for the second time. I think I did it back on the PS3 eons ago.
Right. Oh God.
Yeah. Imagine that.
PS3 Skyrim.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna talk about a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I got 100%, and that was the first game in my Steam library I've gotten 100% of the achievements on, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also not surprised because I'm not like Ethan or Chase.
I don't have the time.
Well, I just don't have the patience for
the
some
energy.
Of the achievements. Yeah, I want to play the game. I want to have some fun, and that's about it. But I've just been having an itch recently. Been having some fun with it. I'm like, let's do it.
Something has irked.
I still haven't gotten
the need.
I still haven't gotten the one for Helldivers yet. The last one I need, but once I get it, that's going to be it for that one.
Right.
And then another one that I gotten almost all of on was Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. We've been playing a whole bunch of that whenever it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a little bit of a backseat for me a little bit, so that way I could pick up Helldivers.
Right.
And I fell headfirst into Helldivers for a while, and I still love that game.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are so fun.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, again, that was another one that I looked back on, and I was like, okay, I've had a bit of a break from Relink. I felt pretty accomplished because I got all the major characters that I played with in my party up to 100.
Right.
Unlocked a lot of their goodies, and crafted all our weapons. Like I didn't 100% all of it, but I got into the 90th percentile.
Right. You were in the running for it.
Right. At least like as far as the gameplay and the characters are concerned, I was like, I've gotten almost everything. I felt comfortable enough where I was like, if I put the game down for now and pick up another one, it's not like I'm halfway through.
Right.
I definitely finished the story and unlocked a lot of the goodies.
Mm-hmm.
So now I looked at the achievements and I was like, okay, I got like 7 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was not a lot. And they were all mostly doable because I think all the ones that were like really difficult, they require you to do some dumb challenge or whatever,
wacky shit,
and not dying underneath a boss fight or whatever. I did that one already, so I was like, okay, I can reasonably do this.
Right. It's within my grasp.
I started doing some looking, and one of the achievements is in how would you describe Lyria? She's like this. She's like the she's one of the main characters.
Right, the main companion / linchpin to most of the like main story stuff.
Right. She's the side piece to the main character. I was trying to put like a label because I was like, technically, you don't play as her. Anyways, you play as her. God. You play at like she has a journal, and so she is like, kind of like in Kingdom Hearts, how Jiminy has a journal. He's cataloging all the things you come across. Lyria is the Jiminy of Gran is Sora.
Jesus
Sora
Christ.
And Jiminy. Oh man. Who's Goofy? I don't know.
Goofy is fucking Rackham.
I love Rackham, dude. Yeah. He's so cool. I got him leveled up, and damn, can he hit some numbers? Nuts, he can crack some nuts. That I didn't mean.
Perhaps you meant to say skulls.
Well, no, I meant like I was gonna say like cracking a ball out the like hitting a ball apart. But then I said nuts. Like I said, he is nuts.
Rackham really do be cracking balls.
But at the same time, Rackham do be busting balls out there.
Oh my god. They don't call it piercing punishment for nothing.
Anyways, one of the achievements is to get all of the field note entries in Lyria's journal. So you have to like play through the main campaign, do some side quests,
right,
and
gather up a bunch of notes.
Right, gather up all the notes. Kill at least one of every enemy and boss type, except for like excluding add-on content.
Right,
it's like all that stuff, just like filling out the whole journal. But one tab is the weapons.
Right.
How the game works is the last weapon that you can craft is called the character's ascension weapon. And so you can craft all the weapons, you can level them up, you can boost them and do some fun things with them. But the ascension weapon, you can craft that, and it's like it's a really good. It's each individual character's really good weapon, and then you can awaken it, and then as you awaken it, it gets bigger and better stats, and it's awesome. But then once you complete the story and you go through all of like the other side quests and stuff, you go back. There is a new quest that pops up, and it is the first big boss fight of the entire game, but set to like really hard.
Oh yeah.
And then once you defeat that, it's the big dragon character. Once you defeat the dragon god,
Bahamut
on the deck of your ship, there is a chance that it will drop a terminus weapon. And each character has a terminus weapon.
Right.
And that replaces the ascension weapon. Is now is the kind of the top
the de facto
dog.
Best and highest damage dealing weapon in the game.
So obviously, as you fight this character, this boss, you hope to get a drop.
You cross your fingers.
Well, and wouldn't you know it, that Lyria's journal requires you to unlock all of the terminus weapons because that was not add-on content. That was part of the base game.
Right.
And I was like, Oh, damn.
Bah.
Damn. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because part of the reason why I had initially stopped was because I had grinded through that quest, that boss fight. I would say enough to get bored of it.
Right.
And I had probably unlocked out of the, 19 characters.
Mm-hmm.
I had probably gotten 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, buddy,
The rate for it's a bit rough.
And I was like, okay. And it's not a short fight, at least not for the character I had. The character that I had fully maxed out, he was doing okay damage, but I mean, the turnover
on
rate.
Your own, it's going to take a few minutes, but depending on like what team you have and if you're playing online with other people, I've been able to bring it down to like 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Right.
I think. But that aside, it otherwise is going to take a while for you.
Right. And again, I'm not bad. It is a fun fight. It has all of the things that I love in a fight. The instant death mechanics and the moving.
Gates.
I it's a good fight, but I just don't like grinding the same thing for very, very long.
Right.
And oh man,
tedium.
Yeah. And so among other things, like I could do other stuff, but like the next big goal was, for me at least, was to mostly unlock all the terminus weapons, and then potentially tie up some loose ends before all this new add-on content came out.
Yeah.
So one of the achievements was to do that, and I was like, okay, I unlocked all the other achievements for everything else, and the only one that I have left is to do that one.
Right.
And some and another one that's like a little easy side quest thing I can finish up. Watching all of the
Fate episodes. What do you think of those, by the way?
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some of them are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was early this week. I sat down and was like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Right. You gotta bite the bullet.
I gotta bite the bullet and gotta do it. So I grinded through that quest, just grit my teeth and bear it, listen to music, listen to some podcasts, and just was like trying to distract myself from it. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was excruciating.
Yep.
It was hard at a certain point because there was usually my luck was I could get a drop every 3 or 4 runs, which was kind of nice. Sometimes it was 5.
Right.
But wouldn't you know it? Out of all the characters that they're available, out of all of the terminus weapons that I can unlock, my main, his name's Percival.
Right.
I play Percival. Wouldn't you know it? That Percival's drop was 3rd from last.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Right.
All I wanted was this sick ass sword.
Gottfried.
I wanted it's so cool looking. If you haven't seen it before, go look it up. It's pretty cool.
Very nice.
I was like, I want it. I want to unlock it. I want to be done with this already.
Yeah.
At least if I was to get Gottfried a little bit earlier, I may have like taken a break and like
enjoyed it.
Just enjoyed it for a second and tried to awaken it a little bit, like do some side quests to help throw some stuff at it.
Yeah.
But no, because I was like, I kept going and I kept going, and then I had 2 left. I have Catalina in my party, and Catalina is the second person that I probably like put the most stuff into.
Yeah. Resident stand user.
Yeah. Kind of. Anyways, hers was last, and that was the one that hurt because I was like, I've got all the other ones and everyone, and again, I got a lot of the terminus weapons for characters I've never really played or never really used in my party, which is, it's fine, bound to happen.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got hers last, I was like, oh, man. Like, of course, save it for last.
Yeah. Why not?
But I tell you what, I'm not lying to you. There was a run of 7 straight successes with no drop, and I was like,
"Oh, that hurts."
And I only had Catalina's left, only had hers left, and I was like, "Dude, I only have 1 left," and then it was like run number 5. I was like, "Oh, run number 6. Run number 7. I was like, and then literally once I hit 7 with nothing, I was like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
The group
I'm about to lose
yeah,
it.
I'm about to break.
Yeah.
And the group was like, we're down for one more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what?
Fuck it.
And I was already with the group, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. You said one more. I'm like, we've done good so far.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to ruin a good run?
Right.
Just because I'm tilted hard.
Yeah.
So we finished that 8th one, and oh man, I tell you what, it dropped on the last one, and I was like, oh god.
There you go.
We finished it, and it was all done, and I came walking out, and you were.
What's that picture? Most gamblers give up before they hit the jackpot. Yep. That's exactly
what it was. It happened like that.
You almost gave in.
I almost gave in and lost all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that wasn't
this time.
Not this time. You can't trick me. What is the god of random luck and chance?
Oh God. I don't remember.
Know. Oh man.
We used to make jokes about him all the fucking time. But the knowledge has since been lost to me. If Ethan were here, he'd know.
Yes.
Maybe. It's been a while since he's mentioned it or probably thought about it too.
Well, I thought I could look it up, but I guess.
But lo, the lack of facts is staggering. People are going to butcher us because we don't know this guy's name.
Yeah. I think it was the god of RNG or whatever, or the god of lucky numbers or something like that.
What's the name?
I can't remember.
Damn. Oh well. We tried.
Yeah. Anyways.
Right.
I'll think of it later and scream it out in the middle of the night.
Of course.
In the dark of night.
Yeah.
So anyways,
proud owner of a full Terminus armory.
Oh, and then of course once I got all that, the achievement popped as well, and I was like, hell yeah, I got that, and it was all good.
A great weight was lifted off your shoulders.
I walked out in the living room and you were playing. I think you gotten home from work not too long ago, and you were playing Unicorn Overlord, and I walked in there, hair frazzled,
right, disheveled,
countenance
looked like a
dropped. Hermit. Yeah. I walked down, I was like. You were like, "What's wrong, buddy?" And I was
what
like,
"What the fuck happened to you?"
Grab Terminus weapons. And you were like, I see. Have a seat.
You go. Right. Take a load off.
Yeah. I was like,
decompress.
It was so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But hey, now you're free.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have all of it now.
Oh yes.
I'm still looking. Just a little bit. But I can't.
We'll figure it out.
I want to know.
No. Just wait.
Anyways, so yeah, that's been my week so far. Has been doing that kind of stuff. So yeah. I'm gonna probably finish up the Fate episodes, get the last achievement, and then be 100% on that. And then I may try and I immediately after I did that. All the Terminus weapons. The next day, I hopped back on and played some of the newer stuff.
Yeah,
did poorly at most of it.
You tried out Behemoth.
I got him down to 10%, and then he just, he went to
into overdrive,
and then just shat on me. I was like, got it,
savage rampage.
Yeah. So, but I had a lot of the other stuff required banked already.
That's good.
So for the Terminus weapon, I haven't fully finished it, but for the first, I want to say like 6 levels of it.
Not bad.
6 out of 10, or well, maybe 4 or 5. Because I don't think I'm halfway. It's 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say it's probably 4 or 5 then, because I don't think I'm over half.
Okay.
So yeah, the first 4 or 5 levels I was able to unlock with minimal questing.
Yeah.
was like I did 1 or 2 quests.
That's always nice.
Yeah. I had
especially for like upgrading sigils, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
I had basically everything I needed except for like a handful of exceptional refining. Yeah, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can get that at a number of boss fights that I've done before in the past.
Easy.
Yeah, so I got those, and so yeah. But anyways, there was something else I wanted to talk about that we were doing. I can't remember what it was though. I thought it was another game or something we were doing.
Well, we recorded our second episode of Metal Slug.
Yes.
It's going to be coming out soon. And I want to say there are probably like a plethora of different things we've got set aside, or at least that I've been planning to set aside at some point, like game-wise. Because, I mean, God, I need to pick like something, just something off the shelf. And just go for it.
Yeah.
But
especially now that we have especially now that we have stretched our legs a little bit in the idea of making videos for YouTube.
Right.
In that regard, that I think it for me it's at least encouraging me more now to sit down and like play through it and record it, because now it's like, oh, we got I have a thing we can do now, and like it could also it's its own fun thing that we can also share with people, which I think is fun. Our first one released last week by the time this episode releases.
To rave reviews.
Oh yeah, I talked about it with
my favorite is first.
Yeah. It was from John.
Right.
Our friend John hopped on there and was like, first. I was like, all right. The funny thing is we were at dinner because it was his birthday.
Right.
And I was like, I looked over the table over at Chase and I was like, hey, Chase, our first video dropped for Metal Slug. You should go on there and, give it a like or whatever.
Right. Check it out.
And then Chase was like, I'm going to go on there and put first. And John was like, oh, no, you're not.
Not if I do it first, bitch.
And so both Chase and
I'm the birthday boy.
Chase and John over ramen were sitting there at this restaurant going, and they were like trying their hardest to get it. And
that's so funny.
It's so great. But inevitably, John got first.
You can't beat him.
And
could you imagine Chase putting giving him that fat L for his birthday? Jesus.
Fat L.
Low second place.
Yeah.
Doofus.
You lost the game.
And another year on your lifespan.
Damn.
But yeah, it's been fun. Ethan is leaning hard into The Legend of Zelda, as we mentioned before, which I'm still like baffled by. Out of all the things on my shelf, I'm like, what the fuck is... Like, it's mainly coming from the fact that he's never played one before.
Right.
Which I understand. Like, yeah.
I'm in the same ballpark of I've never really personally played through Legend of Zelda because because we grew up in a PlayStation household.
Right, you just didn't have access to it.
Right, and so like,
even by that point, I feel like it'd be hard to get access to just play it.
Right,
either on original hardware, because that at that time it was the only way you could play it.
Right, we grew up. Our first system was a PS2, and then I think throughout the history we had the slim versions of it. I got the first PS3 in the house. Yeah. I think our parents bought us a Wii, which was like the first thing that was like Nintendo related.
Oh yeah, everybody got a fucking Wii.
Right, but I don't think that we got a lot of games for it. My middle brother, Eric, had played it a lot, and I think Ethan played it a little bit, but like I never really, because I had my PS3 at that point, and I had a shit ton of games.
More than a little preoccupied with that.
Oh yeah,
beast.
Right, I mean, and of course, like I said, the repertoire of games I had, and I also still had my original PS2 with all my games there that I had, so much love for that entire console. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. I think anyone who's in our age bracket that has probably owned a PS2, and they're like, oh yeah, dude. There's a lot of gems on the PS2.
Touted as a premium, like a diamond level console.
I think it's still. I mean, I could be wrong, but I want to say that even still, it's the most profitable game console ever.
I think so. Yeah.
anyways, so needless to say, my first encounter with Legend of Zelda was Ocarina of Time on the original, was it SNES?
N64.
N64. I had a friend of mine who had it, and we played, or he played it, and I kind of watched him, and we had some fun. I watched him play through almost all of it.
Damn.
And I really loved the game.
Oh, it's so good.
But just never owned the hardware. And like you said, in that kind of middle ground, either you had to like find a N64 secondhand that still worked with a controller that still worked. And then there may have been a way you could pirate it, but like there was no like easy way, or at least not for me. There wasn't an easy way for me to get a hold of it.
Nah.
And then I think Twilight Princess.
Oh, that is my absolute
because I think
favorite.
I remember that game came out whenever. That's the whole reason why I think he started that. Was he was like, let me show you this because I'm finna buy this.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. And so I think I don't think I watched him play through like except the first level of Twilight Princess.
Right.
So I don't know anything about the story for that one, but I know that it looked cool. Dude. It looked like dark and gritty.
It is,
and it looked
the only Zelda game that looks that way. Like Ocarina of Time still had some like dark shit in there, along with like plenty of the other games too.
But I mean, like the color, the
yeah,
atmosphere.
Everything's just a little muted.
Yeah,
there's
it feels
bloom effect on certain levels.
It feels like a Tomb Raider game.
Yeah,
or like a Uncharted or whatever.
Right.
Like
some sort of mixture of the two.
Yeah, super cool.
Man, Ethan can have most of the 2D titles. I'm playing Twilight Princess whenever we get around to that one.
Really? Okay.
It's my favorite.
You called dibs on that one?
I gotta.
I kind of want to call dibs on Ocarina of Time, but I don't want to take that from Ethan.
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to talk it over with him, see who gets to play what.
I want him to experience it, and I want him to be a part of it.
Even if we could just like take turns too.
Right. I never personally played through it, and I want to. And I think I talked about this before. Having a Switch now, there's a way. Again, they trick you
with that membership. You can get access to some N64 titles.
They tricked me, and they were like, "It's free. You can just download Ocarina of Time." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!"
Right. And
then
like,
of course,
psych.
Yeah, they're like, I launched. I was like, "Nah, you gotta
give us an extra $24, and it's yours." It's like, man,
I'm not gonna lie though, buying that membership for at least a year,
it's so cheap. $20 compared to the fucking 60. I think they may have like raised it for PlayStation and Xbox. I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it's still $60 for an entire year, just for online multiplayer access, Game Pass, shit like that, PS Plus.
Yeah,
I can't fucking stand it. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But the reason why I was a little bit more okay with it was the fact that, at least for this, like
they
recording,
throw in a ton of shit for you,
and we can go back and play every single Legend of Zelda game on the Switch.
Just
and I was
about,
like, damn, that's actually kind of enticing.
That's a damn good deal.
For me at least, like for $20 for a whole year, I was like, I'm
easy.
I haven't done it yet, but I definitely was like, I was considering it because I kind of want to play through my own version of Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah,
and then in other. I've never played through Majora's Mask, but I know that it's also kind of spooky, and I like the vibe of that one. I think I love the idea of it, of like you have a set amount of time, and it's like, and I think it's also one of the, not the first, but one of the first iterations of like NPCs having like a schedule. I think it's called like Radiant AI or whatever. Or like maybe not that, but like they have like at a certain time they will be doing a certain job, or
depending on what you do, they may change in some way.
Which I think is cool. Yeah. I love that. I love like when games do things a little bit different than what is traditionally done. So
it's real nice.
It's real nice. Real fun. But yeah. There was, like I said, I besides the Metal Slug conversation, there was something else, I feel like. I don't remember.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that was mainly it. Just like video games, what we were watching. Oh, I did order the complete series of Overman King Gainer.
Oh yeah,
which I have been waiting for, like an affordable release of that shit, dude. Oh my fucking Christ! Because I had the DVD set for it just set aside my wish list on Amazon and it was going for like almost $300. I'm like, no,
Really?
No shot I'm paying that much. The only thing I would be willing to pay that much for, which I did, was that fucking Gurren Lagann box set.
Oh, but that's
because it was that was as cheap as I could find it, in good condition.
Yeah,
and I see that they
what a steal, man.
It's perfect. It's everything I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But I see that they recently released a Blu-ray version of this, which is like $37. I'm like,
not bad.
That's a hell of a lot better than what I was gonna go for initially. So I went ahead and snatched that shit up before it went up in price, and it will be arriving this coming Monday. And I can't wait.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The summer sale just ended.
Yeah. I was able to grab one thing before it did.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Mullet Mad Jack.
What is that?
It's an old school like Doom/Wolfenstein shooter, but it's got this crazy like a late 80s, early 90s anime aesthetic to it.
Oh, fun.
I remember seeing the trailer for it after Chase had sent it to me, and I was like, damn.
It's kind of legit.
That looks pretty good. So I went ahead and got that downloaded. Haven't started it up yet because I've been so preoccupied, but
right.
As soon as I do, I'm going to see how it measures up.
Right. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the for those of you who are watching this whenever it releases, later this afternoon, the second iteration of or I don't want to say second, our playthrough of Metal Slug 2 is going to be dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Our first one is still up on our YouTube channel.
Oh,
if you haven't checked that out, definitely go do that.
In hindsight, we booted up like X immediately after and realized it was just a better version of 2 with less lag.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck.
And the funny thing is our boy Toasty told us about that. Or no, he said his favorite was 2.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I mean, that's... I did some research.
I mean,
on
2
it.
is good, yeah. But I mean, it's just like, damn, this particular port of it with the anthology collection. I don't know if that's like a carryover from some other like bad port, but
yeah,
we were able to get through it without much difficulty, thankfully.
Yeah, except for I don't want to spoil it. I was going to say something. I was going to say something. I was like, at the very end that happened, and I was kind of upset about, but it's okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But we're going to try and I think play through some more of those, and we're going to try and. I guess we're going to try and do Legend of Zelda. What is something that possibly you and I could do? Not trying to exclude Ethan, but
no, I get you. You and me?
MS Saga.
Yeah, no, that's a definite. We're going through that shit regardless. Yeah. Well, I mean, we played through Gears of War 1 before.
Yeah. I
wouldn't mind revisiting that, especially just to go through like the trilogy.
Yeah.
Finishing off with 3. What else? There's so much, dude.
There's a whole list of games I know we were talking about playing, but now specifically, we can try and do a whole playthrough of something.
Oh yeah,
which I think would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, like I said, as of the release of this episode, this afternoon will be Metal Slug 2, and we're gonna try and play through some more of those. But I'm not sure if we want to do all of them or what the cutoff is for that.
I don't know. I mean, because
I kind of want to launch 2, and then we do like I had thrown a wager out and said, what if I put a cap on how many quarters you guys have, like a real arcade run, and of course, like once
Metal Slug 2, but as soon as we die, the video ends.
Exactly, right. Once once you run out of quarters, you can't continue anymore. So then it's going to be.
Imagine, like I get hit once and then it just cuts off.
I was going to say, like, I'm going to give you guys like $4 or $5 in quarters. That way, like, you guys can at least play through a majority of the game and see if you can make it all the way to the end.
God,
and then once you run out of $5, you then gotta on air, on tape, as we're recording, you gotta be, please give me another $1, please, just one more $1, and I'll be like, I guess.
Jesus.
And then you can continue at that point.
Damn.
Anyway, so that would be funny,
right? Dude, Anarchy reigns.
Is that
we gotta go through that shit?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know that it's co-op. It had a co-op multiplayer mode that can't be played anymore.
I'm not even saying that. I mean, like what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Just games I want to take you through.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
or that we can witness together.
Metal Gear.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
My little Freudian slip of the first episode.
Yeah.
I was looking at Metal Slug and thinking about Metal Gear.
Right.
And I was like, cool.
He's got nukes on the brain.
Yeah. I was
man,
like,
I could launch that shit from anywhere.
There you go.
And then it says Metal Slug, and he's like, "Oh shit,
yeah.
that's right."
Oh, I think
Super vehicle.
The thing is, I didn't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
It was you. It was you laughing and then repeating it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I messed up.
I fucked that up."
I was like, "It's our Metal Gear playthrough," and you're like, "Metal Gear?" And I was like,
"Damn, already?
Slug, Metal
Shit."
Slug. The funny
This
thing
is
is,
just
like,
a screensaver.
Yeah. The Metal Gear, oh my God, the Metal Slug logo is like just pops up there, and it's like right there, forefront.
Man.
Anyways, so
Perfect.
it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I as I have said numerous times at the conclusion of these episodes, I thank you guys so much for checking in and tuning into the YouTube channel. It's been really cool to see a lot of activity happening over there.
Yeah.
So if you could go to YouTube, go in the little search bar and type in @Hindsight Studios, and you can find our YouTube channel there. And that's where you're going to find all these podcasts, all the About Nothing podcasts, as well as our playthroughs. I haven't made a playlist for it yet, but you should be able to have all the videos just right there at the top of the page. And you can see not only our previous playthrough of Metal Slug 1,
right,
but our upcoming Metal Slug 2 playthrough, which I think is going to be really
Metal
cool.
Slugs.
Metal Slugs. Oh man, there's some great moments in that playthrough. And I'm really excited about. it. But as always, this is also on all the major podcasting platforms as well. So if you want to, you can type in the Aftermath, and you should be able to find our podcast on any other platform that you would require on. I've been really pushing YouTube because it's been a lot of fun, and we're trying to do some new things over there. So I appreciate it. But until next time, thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Bye-bye.